Hello, Reds. Welcome back. Liverpool are suddenly right in the middle of a transfer storm, and it's all happening fast. Just when it seemed certain that the Reds would sit quietly through the January window, a growing injury crisis has forced Arne Slot and the club's recruitment team into action. What was supposed to be a calm month has turned into an urgent search for defensive reinforcements, and especially a new right back. Liverpool's problems at the back have been building for weeks, but now they have reached a critical point. Connor Bradley, who has impressed whenever called upon this season, is facing a lengthy spell on the sidelines after suffering a serious knee injury. To make matters worse, Giovanni Leone is also out for the season, and Jeremy Frimpong has suffered another setback that will keep him out for several more weeks. Add Joe Gomez's recent injury to that list, and suddenly Liverpool are left with just 5 fit senior defenders to cover the entire backline. That situation is simply not sustainable for a club competing on multiple fronts. With a heavy run of matches ahead in the Premier League and Europe, Liverpool cannot afford to gamble with such thin defensive depth. Even though reports earlier in the month suggested that no new signings were planned, circumstances have clearly changed. According to respected journalist Florian Plettenberg, Liverpool are now actively searching the market for a replacement for Connor Bradley. The club understand that waiting until the summer could be risky, especially if more injuries occur. This has triggered a late push in the transfer window, with Liverpool moving quickly to explore available options. However, Arne Slot is not panicking. Instead of rushing into a short-term deal, Slot is believed to be focused on finding a player who fits Liverpool's long-term project. The idea is to sign someone who can contribute immediately, but also grow into a key part of the squad over the coming seasons. One name that has been mentioned in recent days is Julian Ryerson of Borussia Dortmund. But reports suggest he is not currently on Liverpool's shortlist, despite speculation in the media. So who are the real targets? One of the most interesting links involves Inter Milan's Dutch fullback, Denzel Dumfries. Italian journalist Gianluca Di Marzio claims that Liverpool have made inquiries about the experienced defender. Dumfries is known for his strength, pace, and attacking threat from the right side, making him an attractive option for Slot's system. There is, however, a major concern. Dumfries has been sidelined since November after undergoing ankle surgery, and he has yet to return to action. Signing an injured player while already dealing with a defensive injury crisis would be a big risk. Liverpool would need absolute confidence in his recovery before considering a move. Still, the fact that Liverpool are making contact shows how seriously they are taking this situation. Another name back in the conversation is Amar Dedic. During the period when Trent Alexander-Arnold's future was under intense speculation, Liverpool reportedly assessed several potential replacements. Frimpong was one of them, but Benfica's Amar Dedic also stood out as a strong candidate. At the time, Caught Offside described Dedic as the most realistic target, mainly because his club, Red Bull Salzburg, have a history of selling top talents to elite European sides. Now 23 years old and playing for Benfica, Dedic has continued to develop and gain valuable experience at a high level. Even more encouraging for Liverpool fans is the fact that Dedic has previously spoken about his desire to play in the Premier League. That openness could make negotiations smoother if Liverpool decide to move. Transfermarkt has also highlighted Dedic as a fascinating option for the Reds. One of his biggest strengths is versatility. He can play on both the right and left side of defense, which would give Slot extra flexibility and cover across the backline. In a squad currently stretched to its limits, that kind of adaptability is priceless. What's clear from all of this is that Liverpool's stance in the market has changed. The club may not be planning a spending spree, but they are now very much alert and ready to act if the right opportunity arises. This is not about panic buying. This is about protecting the season. Liverpool are still fighting for important objectives, and they cannot allow a lack of defenders to derail everything. A smart January addition could make the difference between surviving this difficult period and watching ambitions fade away. The coming days will be crucial. Will Liverpool take the risk on an experienced name like Dumfries? Will they push harder for a younger, long-term solution like Amar Dedic? Or could a completely new name emerge at the last minute? One thing is certain, behind the scenes, Liverpool are working hard, and the clock is ticking. Reds, the transfer drama is heating up, and anything can happen before the window slams shut. Don't forget to like and subscribe so that you won't miss anything. Hello, Reds. Welcome back. Liverpool's transfer plans are starting to take shape, and even though this window feels quiet on the surface, serious work is happening behind the scenes. With injuries piling up and contract worries growing, the Reds are already moving early to protect the future of their defense. Most of the recent rumors around Liverpool have actually been about players leaving. Earlier this month, Andy Robertson was linked with a surprise move to Tottenham, which worried many fans. Thankfully, Liverpool stood firm and kept their experienced left back. Then came shock reports that Inter Milan were in contact with Liverpool about a move for Curtis Jones. As an academy graduate and boyhood Red, Jones is seen as part of the club's future, and supporters feared he could be sold. However, those rumors were quickly shut down. Liverpool have no intention of letting Curtis Jones leave this month, making it clear that important squad players are not for sale. Arne Slot has been very open about the club's transfer approach. He has explained that Liverpool will not rush into short-term deals. Instead, they only move when the right player is available, affordable, and fits both present needs and long-term plans. That philosophy explains why Liverpool may wait until summer to make big signings. One position that clearly needs attention is central defense. Right now, Slot only has Virgil van Dijk and Ibrahima Konate as his main center-back options after another injury setback for Joe Gomez. Young Giovanni Leone has promise, but he is still developing and cannot be relied upon every week. Even more worrying is Konate's contract situation. If no extension is agreed, he could leave as a free agent in the summer. Losing such a key player for nothing would be a huge blow, and Liverpool are determined not to be caught unprepared. That is where Jeremy Jacquet enters the picture. According to Fabrizio Romano, Liverpool are now in talks to sign the 20-year-old Rennes defender, with Bayern Munich also showing strong interest. Liverpool have already made contact with both the French club and Jacquet's representatives, showing how serious they are about this move. Jacquet is highly rated across Europe and has been described as an elite passer. He is comfortable on the ball, calm under pressure, and able to start attacks from the back, qualities that perfectly match Liverpool's style of play. The club sees Jacquet as more than just a squad option. He is viewed as a potential long-term starter who could replace Konate if he leaves, and possibly even become an upgrade in the future. By starting talks now, Liverpool are putting themselves in a strong position ahead of the summer transfer window. It is a smart, proactive approach that shows the club are planning ahead rather than reacting in panic. So while January may end quietly, the message is clear. Liverpool are building for the future, protecting key players like Curtis Jones, and lining up important signings such as Jeremy Jacquet. Big changes could be coming at Anfield, and this could be the first step. Don't forget to like and subscribe so that you won't miss anything. Hello, Reds. Welcome back. Liverpool's season has been full of twists, turns, and tension, and just when it feels like things cannot get more complicated, another big story drops. Injuries, pressure, and uncertainty have once again pushed the Reds into urgent action. This time, it is about the right-back position, a role that has suddenly become one of Liverpool's biggest problems. With Jeremy Frimpong picking up another hamstring injury and several defensive options already sidelined, Liverpool have reportedly made contact with Inter Milan over a potential move for Dutch star Denzel Dumfries. And this could be one of the most important decisions of the entire season. Arne Slot arrived at Anfield with big expectations, especially after Liverpool lifted the Premier League title last season. But this campaign has been far from smooth. The Reds currently sit sixth in the league table, and although they have managed to qualify for the Champions League round of 16, performances have been inconsistent. The pressure is building, the margin for error is shrinking, and every injury feels like a heavy blow. One of the biggest summer changes came when Trent Alexander-Arnold left for Real Madrid. Losing a player of Trent's quality, creativity, and leadership was always going to hurt. Liverpool moved quickly to bring in Jeremy Frimpong as his replacement, a dynamic and attacking fullback known for his pace, energy, and goal threat. Alongside him, young Connor Bradley was expected to develop and provide competition. But plans rarely survive contact with reality. Bradley has suffered a serious knee injury that could rule him out for the rest of the season. Frimpong, meanwhile, has struggled with fitness issues, and his latest hamstring injury during the midweek win over Karabag has set off alarm bells inside the club. Early reports suggest he could miss several weeks, though a final diagnosis is still awaited. Either way, Liverpool suddenly find themselves dangerously short in a key position. Joe Gomez can fill in at right back, but he too has recently picked up an injury. Calvin Ramsey is not fully trusted by Slot, who has publicly hinted that he does not see him as a reliable long-term solution. That leaves Dominik Szoboszlai as a surprise emergency option. While the Hungarian midfielder has shown incredible versatility and could do a job there, he has arguably been Liverpool's best performer in midfield this season. Moving him out of his natural position would weaken the team in another crucial area. So what is the solution? According to Sky Sports journalist Gianluca Di Marzio, Liverpool have now made contact with Inter Milan to explore a possible deal for Denzel Dumfries. The 29-year-old Dutch international has been a key player for Inter for several seasons and is widely regarded as one of the best attacking wingbacks in Europe. Some have even described him as world-class, and it is easy to see why. Dumfries offers power, pace, physical strength, and a constant attacking threat down the right flank. He loves to drive forward, deliver dangerous crosses, and arrive in the box to score goals. In many ways, his style is very similar to Frimpong's, which is not surprising since the two regularly compete for the same spot in the Netherlands national team. That similarity makes Dumfries an ideal short-term and possibly medium-term solution for Liverpool. He already has experience at the highest level, including deep runs in the Champions League and title battles in Serie A. He would not need months to adapt. He could step straight into the team and provide immediate impact. Liverpool's initial contact with Inter was reportedly to gather information about what a deal would look like. This includes asking about availability, potential fee, and whether Inter would even consider letting such an important player leave so close to the transfer deadline. That is a big question mark. Inter are still competing on multiple fronts and may be reluctant to weaken their squad. However, there is an interesting twist. Inter are reportedly interested in Genoa's Brooke Norton-Cuffy, a young and versatile right-sided player. If Inter managed to secure that signing, it could open the door for Dumfries to depart. From Liverpool's point of view, this is about survival and ambition. The season is not over. A strong run in the league could still secure a top-4 finish, and the Champions League remains a realistic opportunity. But without proper depth in defense, especially at right back, those goals become much harder to achieve. A late signing like Dumfries would send a clear message. It would show that Liverpool are not giving up, that the club still believes in this squad, and that they are willing to act decisively when problems arise. It would also take pressure off Frimpong, allowing him to recover properly rather than being rushed back and risking further injury. For Arne Slot, this could be a defining moment. Managing a big club is not just about tactics on the pitch. It is about navigating crises, making tough calls, and working closely with the recruitment team to find solutions. Bringing in an experienced, proven player like Dumfries could stabilize the situation and give Slot the breathing space he desperately needs. Of course, nothing is guaranteed. Transfer windows are unpredictable, negotiations can collapse quickly, and other clubs could enter the race. But the fact that Liverpool have already made contact suggests they are serious. As the deadline approaches, all eyes will be on Anfield. Will Liverpool pull off a late move? Will Dumfries become the next Dutch star to wear red? Or will the club decide to gamble with the options they already have? One thing is certain. The coming days could shape the rest of Liverpool's season. Don't forget to like and subscribe so that you won't miss anything.